What? The copy of what?
The
Agenda?
agenda.
Okay, there.
Okay. Well, we'll call the meeting to order. Okay. Anybody got any old business to bring up from the last meeting?
You want the minutes read?
Yeah, let's read the minutes if you would.
Looks like the new business last meeting was on February 12th. It was year-end report. There's 3 copies. It was to be published in the paper by March 17th. And that's all we really had.
Okay.
And it was published.
It was published. So took care of that. Anybody have any corrections or anything other than that on that? If not, they'll stand as read. Okay, as far as the new business, the board, the CDs, we talked about that. We're going to ask for bids. If anybody knows of anybody that'd like to help clean the fence rows around the cemeteries, both down on Columbus Road and up here at the cemetery up here, the
Old Union.
Old Union. I'd like for them to give us a bid on that. If you know of anybody that would be interested in, clearing the trees and so on off of that. Now, not the big ash tree. I'm afraid it's beginning to die, so we're going to have it cut, but we're going to wait on it and see what happens on it.
Maybe the trees out of line. That's all we need.
Yeah, just the ones in the line fences. So we've figured on possibly changing the fences out and redoing those. So anyway, we do already have one bid on those, but we really ought to have 3. So if we could get a couple more, if you know of anybody, get a hold of them and let us know.
Who put in a bid?
Yeah.
Have them put in?
Yeah, who already put in a bid?
Mark.
Yeah. And what do you think about a raise for everyone for next year? We need to think about putting in for that for next year for everyone. We also had a state board of accounts meeting that we had to attend last month. So I do need your approval on the mileage and so on to go up to that. I've got the form on that. I'd appreciate the approval on it.
Here's the form that needs signed.
Yeah. You got a pen where I can...
All right, here's one. Tell them how much the bill is for the gas.
Let me get that around. That was on April the 29th up at Fisher's.
It's $53.02.
I make a motion we approve your mileage.
Okay, it's $53.02 on that. We get 49 cents a mile is what it is. There's it is on the first page and signature on the second. Here's a pen, Tom. Also, State Board of Accounts has established, or we have to establish an account for a road fund in our budget. I don't.
State Board of Council has already established it on all townships.
Yeah, they've already established it. I'm not exactly sure how this goes or how it works out. We've got to do some more figuring on how it works, but it's my understanding that a certain percentage of whatever we have left of our budget goes to them meaning the county commissioners, for
it goes into the fund.
Yeah, it goes into a fund to be used on the roads in this township. Well, again, we're not sure how that works. And if it works anyway,
like they say it's supposed
like
to.
they say it does, number one, I want it used on our railroad crossings because they're atrocious. This railroad crossing up here is.
They just paved it over like they did the other one.
Oh yeah, why don't they pave across it like they did down at Prescott? 350 is terrible, and well, look at Waldron. It's terrible as well. And
We won't go through.
out of all the railroad crossings we've got in this township, we've got the one here at 250 or 350. We've got 250, 350, and all of them but Prescott Road are terrible. It's my understanding the railroad will come in and tear everything out if the county will backfill them with stone and blacktop them up to the top of the rails like they did the county line down in St. Paul.
Caller might be out of gas, but I'm sure.
Or if they just do it like
And if we're going to have to give the county money to do something with our roads, that's where it ought to go. That's where I think if we're going to have to give the county money for roads, that's where it ought to go. That's my opinion.
98K, I'm probably a little closer. I'll take care of it.
So we'll just have to wait and see what happens on that. Does anybody else have any business?
At the end of our road there by the Prescott Road where you turn on,
Yes.
I don't know if the county commissioners would do something about it. I don't know whether you ever noticed, but when you turn right, there's a great big hole there that.
You talking here at 250?
350 off our road there by Tim Runny Bums and
Oh,
where you turn on.
if you drop off on that thing, you're just about bottom out.
While you bobbing the car, you'd never get out.
Yeah, it'd take a load of stone in there to almost fill that. And if you'll notice too that somebody got the road signs gone. And that's another thing too. The railroad sign up there at the railroad, somebody stole it. I mean, yeah, I know what you're saying, Tom. I don't know what's going on as far as the roads. And that is, you don't dare cut it short in there.
No, you don't. And it's dangerous if somebody's coming the other way because you got to go so far out.
Way out in the, yeah,
on the
almost
Township
in the
Road to
other
make the
lane.
corner.
You're right. I'll call them and talk. I'll call the county highway tomorrow about that. I'll do that. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up again. I'll do that. Can you think of anything else offhand? Is there any other new business by chance? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make the motion, we adjourn.
A second.
Okay. Motion's been made, seconded, and all in favor? Aye.
Our officer 41, our officer K9 4115 should be stopping at station 254
Okay.
with a individual having some recage or something.
We're clear, he's arriving now, thank you.